Hey, hi everyone. My name is Jerry Wise, and today I'd like to talk about narcissistic parents or narcissistic families and how they react when you go no contact. The reason I'm sharing these things is so you can prepare yourself for what would be normal or expected from a dysfunctional or narcissistic family or parents if you decide to go no contact. I've been helping people for decades now to get their families out of them, and particularly narcissistic, alcoholic, abusive, all the dysfunctional families, and how we have been a part of that dysfunctional family Wi-Fi, and how to shut off our modem for that Wi-Fi. So today I want to talk about going no contact and what kind of responses you're going to get from your family. Parents and families react in various ways to the no contactor, the person who's going no contact. And certainly, as I've worked with folks who have done this for over many years, that I found that not only does the narcissistic parent react in certain ways, but also other family members react in ways as well to someone going no contact. And the family may decide, or the narcissistic parent may decide, to scapegoat you. That may be one way to try to get you back into the fold. We will make you the bad guy so that you will feel bad, and when you are tired, feeling bad and distraught, you will then come back. And that's what scapegoating may attempt to do. Though actually scapegoating is a way of not looking at, the family not looking at why you might be going no contact in the first place. They don't want to look at that in their family, so they must blame someone externally. It must be the person who's going no contact. The family may respond in a love bombing way. The narcissistic parents may then try to either punish you back in, scapegoating, or quote, love bombing you back in. Okay, well, now we're going to be nice. Now we're going to be pleasant. Now we're going to give you some money. Now we're going to invite you to things. Now we're going to give your kids gifts. You know, we're going to go on a family trip and a family cruise, and we want you to go with us. And all kinds of reactions can occur that way from the family when you decide to go no contact. In addition to these ways, a family or narcissistic parents may even go to threatening. If you don't come back, if you don't start acting like you used to act, there will be grave consequences for that. It could be inheritance. It could be we will shame you all over the community for how bad you're treating your parents or your family, how you've rejected your family, how you're being unchristian or un-Muslim or un-Jewish or any number of, whatever kinds of shaming things or threats that could be made. They may decide to do that because they must have you back in your position. And they need that for the family to function the way it was functioning before. Because if you pull out your puzzle piece, the rest of the puzzle has to adjust to that. And that's why there typically is an intense reaction to, say, going no contact. And they may even threaten you that, oh, you think you can go no contact with us? We'll just go no contact with you. And then they won't tell you when birthdays are, when they're going to have family dinners, when they're going to do anything. They're not going to tell you anything about other nieces and nephews or and it becomes a threat in that way. They may even decide they want to manipulate the inheritance. You're going to lose all grandma's money if you keep deciding you're going to go no contact, then you just won't be a part of the inheritance. That could be a price that we may have to pay. It's not a fun price, but I don't know if I can be bought. I don't know. I haven't been... I know one situation, a person was threatened with $30 million. I don't know. Maybe I could be bought. I don't know. But it would take quite a bit to be bought. And then I probably would be... Then if I'd go back, I'd probably be unhappy that I made that decision and would probably go back to going no contact anyway. the family may decide to shame and guilt you. Then we'll just do the shaming and guilting. We'll send you cards, we'll send you emails, we'll leave you voicemails, even though you've said, I want to go no contact. Because a family that has a narcissist in it does not do well with boundaries, or saying no, or please don't, or I'd rather you not do that. Those words never pierce the family narcissism and the family's lack of empathy. It just doesn't pierce that. And so they can't understand. Again, I had a friend the other day who had clearly told her aunts that, well, we want to come over and visit you. Well, she didn't want to visit with them. She said, no, I'm not free today. An hour later, what do you think happens? The doorbell rings, and there's her two aunts. She's already told them, no, I don't want to do that. Please, I am busy today. Doesn't even, violating boundaries is not a big deal. And she even wants to go no contact with her family, and I hope that she will consider doing that. But they're going to have a hard time picking up that message. A family can also respond to going no contact with lies, gaslighting. They're going to lie about what you have said, lie about what the circumstances were, lie about how you have seen the family or the narcissistic parent. And they also will gaslight events that have happened, let's say a long time ago, and go, no, it never happened this way. This is what happened. And then they'll tell other people that story, and then again, your story will seem less credible and less believable. Because, again, if you will stop this no contact nonsense, then we will get back on the same reality, though it is a dysfunctional reality. We'll get back on the same reality and we'll all be one big happy dysfunctional family again. That bargain's just not a great bargain. Remember that going no contact is not about punishing the family or punishing the narcissist. It's about self-care and maturity. If it is about punishing someone, if it is about doing something to someone else, it's not a healthy no contact. No contact or going no contact is about self-care. And again, it's not about putting them into emotional jail. They may feel that way, which they can have that choice to feel that way if they want, but that's not why I'm doing it. I'm doing it for self-care reasons. Myself cannot thrive with the family dynamics we have developed and the way that we interact. Myself cannot thrive in this. As a result of that, I'm going to have to get out of the fishbowl and find another fishbowl. We may feel feelings of guilt, shame, and anxiety when we go no contact. That's perfectly normal, happens so frequently because we've been kind of trained to be so enmeshed with our families. And so we'll go, well, is it really my fault? Is it really I'm the problem, not them? And I feel so stupid because not everybody I know has done this. I'm doing it. Well, maybe I'm not right for doing it. Maybe my family is right and I'm wrong. The difficulty with that is, of course, it misleads us. And that's why we want to learn about true feelings versus systems feelings or family feelings. The feelings you're supposed to feel to fit into the family. Shame, guilt, worthlessness, feeling less than, insecure, all those kinds of feelings that we're supposed to feel to play our part in the family. And in the program that I list down below in the description, Your New Road to Self, I would strongly encourage you to take a look at that. There I talk about the difference at length between systems feelings and true feelings. I also talk about in that program the next point I want to make, which is expect resistance, which I've already kind of mentioned earlier on. There are 3 stages of resistance, and if we can hold out through all stages of resistance, it generally brings the system down in terms of anxiety to more of an accepting place of this is the way you are. Let's take, for example, going no contact. I'll give you a crazy example just to illustrate what I'm saying. You go no contact. In the first year, how do you think the family's going to react to your going no contact? Probably not so good. And probably have all kinds of playing games, flying monkeys, all kinds of things that can happen to try to resist you going no contact. Now let's go to year 5. What is the family doing now? You've resisted their resistance for 5 years now. They now see that as more normal that you're going no contact, or at least that's the way it's going to be. And so their anxiety about it has gone down some. They kind of have to accept, well, they're not coming back. I guess they're not coming back. And they become more, quote, accepting. Not accepting in a healthy way of accepting you fully and understanding why you're doing it, but accepting this is the way it's going to be. And there's no sense me just sending flying monkeys at 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, and 25 years. It's a waste of time. And they will begin to see that as a waste of time. So after a certain period of resistance, if we resist their resistance, generally there is some level of acceptance. And the program I mentioned below talks about walking you through those stages and those steps, so you can really see how change really happens within a family. Going no contact, one of the reasons why families react is because it exposes the family dysfunction. Once society is aware, or the neighborhood, or friends, or extended family, or wherever, realize someone has gone no contact, they then are alerted something's wrong. And the family does not like that. You're exposing some of the dirty laundry just by going no contact. Not even by making it all clear to everyone. It's just by having that breach. People are going, what? Wonder what's going on over there. Going no contact reveals your true boundaries. That also is another reason why families will react. They don't want to experience your boundaries. And remember, going no contact is a rational, mature, thoughtful choice. It is not a choice that should be made out of reactivity or punishment or I'll show them, or it should be made based on a rational, thoughtful process and counting the costs and then just making your decision. It will be much less damaging for you if you do it that way, and much more of a solid choice if you do it that way. Of course, your family is going to respond, and the narcissist is going to respond. They don't believe there's any mature or positive reason ever to go no contact. So the two of you are at loggerheads. And that's true. You see it that way, that there's never a good reason. And I see it as, oh, yes, there is. And that I'm probably not going to change that position. And so that will raise the anxiety of the narcissist and often of the family. We want to be prepared for that and ready for that. I hope that you'll subscribe to my channel. Please comment on this video. Push the like button. And I want to thank you for joining me today. Have a great day and be wise.